Alright, I'm going to teach you how to world farm experience first, and then I will teach you how to world farm Orns. First things first, we'll go into equipment. All of this stuff doesn't have to be cod forged. Just level it up the best you can. Quality does not matter. Quality only affects the base stats, and your summons are going to be doing all the killing. So the base stats don't particularly matter. It's the bonus stats that you are looking for. And after you master forge your gear, the bonus stats will be the same across all qualities. Forgive me for my speech. I'm pretty gaslit right now, but I would like to get this video out. First things first, we got a mighty mimic head. An alternative is the mightiest mimic head. You get the mighty mimic head from the mighty mimic in dungeons. You all probably already have one. The mightiest mimic head comes from the mightiest mimic raid. It's T9. The only difference between the bonus stats on them is the mightiest mimic head has 1% more experience bonus. They're basically the same piece of gear, except the mighty mimic head has negative base stats, whereas the mightiest mimic head does not. But once again, the base stats don't really matter, and they're not that much of a negative, so you may use either or. Next up is the Reaper's Robe. It comes from boss Anku. You can get a better quality of this one if you wish, but you don't have to. Next up is Jolly Stockings. You can get the plain ones from the T6 Scroog raid. Scroog is Aethric's version of Scrooge from Christmas. Or you can get the T9 Ebon Jolly Stockings version. These are the only foot gear with a luck bonus. This is more so for Orn farming, but I'm going to keep them on there so that the video can be quicker. For experience, you want your Cursed Monster Tombs. They have the experience bonus there. Best quality you can get. Don't stress about getting the best. You'll eventually have them, and you'll be replacing some of this stuff in tier 10. The things you'll be replacing are the Reaper's Robe, the Jolly Stockings, and the Monster Tombs for better versions. We'll talk about that in another video though. For your weapons, you want to dual wield your questing staffs, which you get from Dragon's Roost dungeons from boss Gladystant. He's the pink beast in there. Make sure you have your auto dismantle off when you're in Dragon's Roost so that you drop the weapons. Once again, any quality is fine. I'm pretty sure my God Forged ones were poor quality. This is so that you don't spend a month in Dragon's Roost collecting mats to upgrade. Because once again, if you notice, the base stats are minimal. It's the bonus stats you're looking for, and all bonus stats become the same across all qualities once you master forge your gear in Lythrin. Lythrin is where you master forge your gear. Master forge is essentially level 11 after you level your gear up to level 10 in the blacksmith. Demon Forge is in Balor. It's essentially level 12. And God Forge is essentially level 13, and how you God Forge your gear is killing bosses with yellow auras. Some of your phones might show it as a gold aura, and it's a 1 out of 400 chance. The best way to do this is to equip your gear in your dungeon slot and go do Battlegrounds dungeons. I have chosen for this video the Granite Tuner with the Benefactor specialization. A tuner doesn't guarantee that your summon will be summoned, but it gives a chance of the first equipped summon right here to be present when you enter battle. Grand Tuner guarantees the first summon will be automatically there when you enter battle. Summoner guarantees the first summon in your summon spell list to be there, with a chance of the second one to be there. Grand Summoner guarantees both. I picked Grand Tuner because it's accessible and realistic. If you can't get Grand Summoner, if you can't get Grand Tuner and you only have a tuner, if you enter battle and your first summon isn't spawned, just flee battle and enter again until it is. Next up, you have your daily quests. We're going to ignore the event ones. For experience, you're going to want this one. I'm not going to do the NPC quests for this. Let's pretend I did. Make sure you have your daily run. We'll focus on the other two when we do the Orn farm, but right now we're focused on experience farm. Next up, I go into Jotunheim because it's the closest one to where we are grinding. We do not grind in Balor in Tier 9 because it is inconvenient, and New Lioness is pretty much where it's at. We go to the Adventurers Guild. We are going to buy a Shrine of Wisdom. Guild Hall, Guild Shop, Shrine of Wisdom. If you don't know how to farm proofs of effort, great proofs of effort, or magnificent proofs of effort, there is a guide for it in the random information channel in our Discord. If it doesn't make sense, let me know. I can make a video on that as well. So we have that. Next up is the consumables. We're going to ignore consumables that you get from guild rewards. I'll show you what I'm talking about really quick. I'm trying not to bounce around everywhere. I'm trying to be pretty straightforward, but these are guild rewards. There are some things you can get here that can greatly, this super experience potion, for example. But we're going to ignore that because you don't all have it, but so you know, for those who do, it's there. It all stacks. I suggest you use it once you get used to doing this, and not right away. First up, first consumable is Affinity Candle. This makes your enemies harder. Always use it. I'm going to use a Dowsing Rod anyway, it's out of habit. Next up, a Dowsing Rod is for luck, by the way. Gives you 50% luck. Experience Potion. Farsight if you have it. Gives you more visibility. Please ignore the background noise if it's coming through. Next up, use your coins. One's for gold, one's for Orns. They never run out. You may as well use them. Occult Candle is next. This makes more enemies spawn. Torch makes more enemies spawn at night. Gonna take a quick look, make sure I got it all. Yeah. For experience farming, experience potion is most important. You need the Affinity Candle, you need the Occult Candle, and finally, the Chaos Scroll. This makes your enemies berserk. We go to New Lioness. Make sure your boss filter is on. If you're lagging, it's probably your raids. Turn the raid filter off. So we will have to clear the bosses that were already on the field before we start getting the Berserks spawned. Okay? We already got it. This was pure luck. The cockatrice will petrify the enemy, hopefully, and your trolls will kill the enemy. 300,000 experience. I did forget to show you guys the spells I'm using. I use Cockatrice in first slot, so it petrifies the enemy. Troll will damage the enemy. Ratapak transfers temporary buffs to your summons, if you get that far. Worm Song is a temporary buff. Deific Channel is a temporary buff. Sleep Dart for the event Rata boss that is on this field, and the Leo Sulfur boss that is on this field. The other ones are immune. I'm using Ward of Mithril because that's probably what you have. I have better, but I'm trying to show you the way you have it. So I will show you other things as I go. We are clearing the bosses to make room for the Berserk versions. That's non-Berserk 92,000 or 92 mil. Sorry, I'm very tired, so if I say 1,000 or mil and it's something else, just go with what it says. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything. Try to heal in between battles. I'm not used to having to. If you die, don't hit continue. Close your game. Re-enter. And after a few times you do that, it'll start spawning you where you died, instead of having to run back from town every time. It might take a few times for it to kick in. If you forget to heal, flee, heal. Ward first, always, then troll. If you do not have these summons, the spell shops are in Jotunheim, Avalon, and Balor. They reset every 6 hours. And you can also buy summons in the Monumental Guild shop, which is in Meropis, of course. I'll take the freebie. This is going to be a little unlucky, I figure. Well, maybe not. Half of the screen flips about right here and reloads about right here. I didn't mean to say flip. I'm just saying it loads right about there. That's where it pings. Also, if you want to see where your consumables are at on the timer or what the value they are, you can click on them here. Where's the experience potion? Right there. Yeah. So it'll tell you. Once again, if you have those super experience potions, save them for when I think it's flipping from nighttime to daytime. That's why there's no enemies here. Murphy's Law. We got a train in the background. Hopefully it's not here for long. I'm used to not having to heal. Bear with me on that. That was 755 million experience. Pretty good. Better than the Heimdalls. Those Radas are going to help you guys out. We kill all the bosses so that we keep making room for more Berserk Heimdalls and Radas in this event. There's another Heimdall. This one's not Berserk, but we cleared them anyway. 102,000, or million, sorry. Once again, I'm tired. Also, you can go like this. If you see a boss along the way, you can stop. Just give an example. But pretend I just killed a boss. Then you hit this resume journey button right here. And it'll go back to where this line is going. I usually do that on the way back, or I used to anyway. Gotta learn to heal. And I'm just gonna do it a little bit more here. And we'll move on to farming Orns. And nighttime just turned into day, that's why he just disappeared. If you find that the bosses aren't loading on your screen, oh, he is there still. Okay, if you do find that your bosses aren't loading on your screen, go to main menu. Go to play. Fine. Not a big deal. And also make sure your screen's zoomed out and your map so you're not gaslighting yourself. There's going to be a little Murphy's Law here because I am showing people stuff, and you know how it is when you're showing people something. It doesn't work the same as when you are doing it alone. $761 mil experience. The reason I click on the way there, on the way to the east, is because I want the character to clear down here too. And generally when you do the path of journey, it'll take the top route. And I'll take the top route on the way back. Almost moving on to Orn farming here, bear with me. A little bit of more Murphy's Law there. If you guys are wondering, that's the Pookie Bear in the background. Rest in peace. Do miss her dearly. $285 million experience. And you might not have the exact same levels of amounts of experience that I'm getting. But let's hope it's close. And remember, the goal is to clear the field for the Heimdalls. We just happen to be lucky that Rada is on the field as well during this event. Make sure your boss filter is on for this. If your game is lagging, turn your raid filter off. That's probably what's lagging me. Okay, sorry, I'm skipping again what I'm trying to show you. So you can go like this, stop, fight. 814 mil. Hit this resume journey button and it'll go where the line's going. It's purpose for convenience. And that's okay. So I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to set up the Orn farm and we'll come back. Alright, we're back and I'm going to Orn farm, show you how to Orn farm now. First up, your daily quests. You want this Orn bonus done and you want this luck bonus done. Luck is max 400% and it's multiplicative, not additive. You might not be able to hit 400% yet, but I'm just telling you that that's what the max is. You get your luck up as much as you can, and then you get as many Orn bonuses as you can. That doesn't have a maximum. Equipment, spells will be the same. We're doing the exact same thing we just did, just a little different here. So Band of Gods is a accessory that you get in one of the tier 9 storyline quests, and the second one you will get through end of dungeon rewards when you're doing dungeons. Just like any other event or storyline quest you do where you get a item or a piece of gear for the final quest as a reward, it will enter your end of dungeon pool for rewards. Everything else stays the same. You have your Jolly Stockings for your luck bonus, and this other stuff that does have some Orn bonuses on there. I'll show you what the bonus is on Band of Gods. I don't expect you to have it right away. You don't have to have it right away, but it does increase things greatly once you do. It also increases your monster encounters by 80%. Well, it depends on the quality you get, but that's what I have. We go into Jotunheim again. We go up here. Guild Hall, Guild Shop, Shrine of Luck. And once again, if you don't know how to farm Proofs of Effort, Proofs of Great Effort, or Proofs of Magnificent Effort, there is a guide in our random information channel in our Discord. And if it doesn't make sense, let me know. I can make another video to explain that. For consumables, once again, you want your Affinity Candle, Dowsing Rod for luck. May as well shoot an experience potion in there because you're farming anyway. Your Farsight if you got it so you can see more. Your Lucky Coin and your Silver Coin, especially your Silver Coin because that's the purpose here. Your Occult Candle to make more monsters spawn. Your Torch to make more monsters spawn at night. Your Scroll of Chaos to make your enemies berserk. And that's pretty much that. I'll travel over here to where that Heimdall was. Ooh, that's a little bit of a trip. Also on weekends, if we can keep our kingdom quests going, which provides us these Florin right here as these rewards, these Florin pay for our temples. The Temple of Knowledge is pretty much useless. I never activate that. It's too expensive for the only 15% bonus it gives. But I would love to start doing the Temple of Luck on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, and the Temple of Wealth on Saturdays. They're 24 hours each, and they would greatly help your Orn farm because it stacks, and it would help you get that luck to 400% too. So if we can get them Kingdom Quests going consistently, I can start doing temples consistently. Anyways, so I'm going to heal. Kill this Berserk Heimdall. Or he'll kill me, we'll see. Lucky, lucky. That is 283,000 Orns. And I still have the bonuses on from the experience without the monster tombs, but those Band of Gods have a bonus too, so just focus on the Orns for this portion of the video. Oop, what happened here? There we go. Decent, not great, but the purpose is the Berserk Heimdalls anyway. And I'm not used to using the Return to Journey button, so remember it's there. Oh, let's see what Rada gives. Oh. Or was he? There we go. Ay. Flee if you forgot to heal. Don't gaslight yourself. That's how it's supposed to go. That was 795,000 Orns. Pretty good. Pretty good for tier 8 farming, huh? And once again, we do tier 8 because tier 9 and Balor, it's quite inefficient, and they kill you more often than you kill them. This gives enough of whatever you're looking for. So, I think we pretty much got the gist of this. And, I'll load this up to YouTube and send you guys the link. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you for your patience, guys. You don't have to like and subscribe. I'm not an attention seeker. I'm just doing this for you guys. I need you guys to understand this, and it'll help you greatly. We'll kill one more Heimdall before I stop the video. You don't have to use Tenacious. I just have a lot of them, and I'm lazy. So, anyways, thanks guys for your time. Hope this helps you a lot.